for you to, despite any kind of your own tyrannization and hectorinization of using youths of this nation for your stupid mediocrity, any kind of sentiments that Boniface Mwangi is trying to use for the use of this nation is something that we cannot agree with it. Wewe umelipwa pesa ukuje tumia youth, hiyo pesa yako kula peke yako. We remember you use us at a time, even you stage manage your abduction for youth to walk out in streets and try to sing tantrums of Boniface must be released. Little did we know that you are the person who stage manage your abduction, and and you are going to plan. You are the person who is planning the June. I mean the Thursday anniversary. Hiyo ni kitu tumekataa. Youth stay focused. 2027 is coming, and let us be well informed on things. Let us not just be wept due to fake incoherent contents that are maybe just to split the youth of this nation. I know most of them joined the politics due to 2024 Draconian bill. So some of us are clueless in matters of political affairs. So look into the things that our people are saying. I wonder if we have people that are representing us in the parliament are telling us to reject the finance bill. I myself, I read the finance bill and I tell the people of Kenya we should reject the finance bill due to 3 aspects that have been included. Aspect number 1, 5% being deemed profit, that's 16% of the VAT on mitumba. That was the aspect number 1. Factor number 2 was the excise duty that are imposed in telephone, wireless and wireless, regardless of whether you purchase it on what kind of sum. That was aspect number 2. Aspect number 3 was the residential rent that have been skyrocketed from 7.5% to 10%. That is going to increase the rate for the tenants. I have the aspect that I should tell the people that you have to reject the finance bill. But if a member of parliament can stand in parliament and tell the people that simply reject it, and including another clause that is even not in the aspect of, that is not in that finance bill alone, that means that we are being handled and being represented by stereotype demagogues, the incompetent figures, who doesn't know the content of whatever have been included in the finance bill. Someone including a finance bill that have got 57 clauses, someone reading 74 clauses. How brain basakness is that member of parliament? It is shameful for the people of the jurisdiction that the guy is representing. So let us stay focused. On June, please, let us not be engaged in another bloodshed in this nation. The prosperity of the nation cannot be built by chaos and sabotaging and vandalizing the progression of the nation. But the prosperity of the nation can only be built by the democratic way of representation and the privileges that the people table, and the constitution must bind us together. It can't be dictated by the leadership pogronism or by any kind of the forthcoming election. But the prosperity of the nation is only be dictated by the democracy, and the prosperity of the nation, of the people, and the wish must bind us together. So nyinyi wanasiasa ambao wanataka kutumia watu, tumekataa. Effort of paying goonies with the likes of Jalango, we will eliminate you. We will not tantalize it anymore. As I conclude, the issue of the Linda Mwananchi, my name is Oluoch Babu. I'm in the Linda Mwananchi, and as you know precisely, my identity prevail. I have been the Secretary General of the Linda Mwananchi Youth League, and there is no one who will trying to imagine, and there is no one who has the capacity and power to eliminate me or reject me from the Linda Mwananchi camp. We can't be eliminated. That is a camp that is mounting every single youth in this nation. It is a vehicle that we are supposed to maneuver with it, and it's a vehicle that youths have got a lot of hopes in, that the grievances and their issue and the setbacks can be attended to. Being led by senior political politragonists and the senior counsel, James Agri Bobo Rengo. Edwin Sifuna is there as the man of the principles. Babu kwa sababu the incoming governor of Nairobi. So if there is someone is trying to think that they have capacity and power simply because we have our democratic right to put our leaders on toes, if Sifuna is not attending to the grievances of the people, we cannot keep quiet and see it veering or showering us simply because We have some people that have been aligning themselves into the slogans that mimi ndio Sifuna, not knowing that we are the people who started that at the genesis of the launching. At Rigathigachagua Sifuna addressing the President of the Republic of Kenya, uhuru, President William Samoei Ruto. So we want to say that the addresses that I disclosed the other day, it was addresses that should make Sifuna on toes. The address has gone viral, and we have several people have got a lot of anger with me, trying to threaten me and inciting the people that if you find Oluoch Babu in Nairobi CBD or in any compound of Jivanji, you should find a way of sabotaging his identity, denaturing my figure. I want to tell you, I will continue to put Sifuna on toes. I will continue to tell Sifuna the truth. And I will continue to criticize Sifuna. If Sifuna could not listen to the grievances of the people, these youth that you are not listening to them, these are the youth that are giving you a mileage. When they say mimi ndio Sifuna, it is a big wig to you. So we cannot be hoodwinked by stereotype demagogues and incompetent stereotype figures in the Linda Mwananchi Brigade. Those are just small molecules. I did join politics recently, just the way other youths are there, and their sense have been deepened into the sense and the charades of populism and the charades of the brown audacious and brown envelopes and empty sloganeering. We advocate for the facts that are there. If a person can tell you Babu Owino is in Linda Mwananchi, he is speaking fact. If education system is failing, education system is veering toward a systematic collapse. So what is the remedy towards that? The remedy towards that is to unearth those rogue regimes that are veering this education system toward a systematic collapse and replace it with a leadership that can render education to be free and fair to the people. We have some people, some politicians, some suspect politicians that are behind pushing the people to go to the street on Thursday. The likes of Rigathigachagua. Rigathigachagua, I remember, during the assumption of the office on 2022, you said that you are taking Kenya on a juncture where the late President Mwai Kibaki left it. What happened now? You have turned to be a suspect figure. You are telling the people that you should go to the street, for God's sake, so that the people can die, and you continue to impress the government that you should allocate more money to the people or the victims of the protest. And you cannot tell us that which money is you are trying to push the government so that they can compensate the victim of the protest. Using which money? And if it is to be compensated, then Rigathigachagua should be among the people to compensate, because you are the person who pushed most of the people to go to the protest. So if it is a matter of compensation, Rigathigachagua toa pesa yako pia wewe ulipa watu wengine. Kwa sababu wewe ndio ulikuwa unaambia watu waende protest. Unalipa na unapiga watu tear gas. So pia wewe pesa yako nyingine unafaa utoe. Hatuwezi kuwa tunaongozwa na watu ambaye hawasaidii. So that it is something that we cannot agree with it at any kind or at any means. If it is a compensation of the victims, so those custodians of the protest should walk out and tell us that in which budget or which money, because it should not be public fund. So we don't want, in short, I'm urging my patriots that let us not be titillated, or our minds not be baboons by any politician to tell us that we go to the protest. We should go to the protest to oppose it according to Article 37 of the Constitution. According to Article 37 of the Constitution that gives us the way of picketing. And doing that the same. But not being coerced by suspect politicians. We are going to the protest due to the rights that have been violated, due to the public resources that is being marauded. But if a member of parliament himself doesn't know even the content of the finance bill and saying that you should reject it, you reject something that even a member of parliament that representing a specific jurisdiction doesn't know, adding another clause in the finance bill at clause 74 in finance bill, yet a finance bill has got 57 clauses. Shame on you. Shame on you. So me, my beloved patriots, I will tell you, let us reject these 3 clauses that have been inserted in the finance bill. And at least me, Oluoch Babu, I'm telling you that you should reject it in a specific areas. That is section 12 of H that have been inserted, sitting 16% of the VAT. That is the access duty of 25% and a residential rate from 7.5% to 10%. Hizo peke yake. Hapo nimeshughulikia sana, nimewacha. I was just disclose those. Let us not be vamoose or titillated. We don't want any person to hoodwink us. Leadership that is using goonism to come and attack people, destabilize and sabotage the progression of the nation. That is a leadership that we cannot agree with it. The likes of Jalango, paying goons, for God's sake, to go to St. Cathedral, that is a church, to attack people. Jalango, Jalango bwana. It is bad, Mheshimiwa Jalango, and you are purporting yourself to be coming and seek for a mandate from the people to grant your leadership from the senatorial seat. And you are the person who paying people to come and attack us from St. Cathedral when we are discussing the matters of the budget in this nation. The Jalango whole stereotype incompetence you are. And you are purporting to be the senator for this great city. If you are using people, na Mheshimiwa Rais William Samoei Ruto, nilishangaa sana ukisema eti Murkomen Kipchumba akuje apige watu. Murkomen Kipchumba alete watu. Ruto, hii kitu ulisema juzi. Eti Kipchumba Murkomen, wale watu ambao analipa magunzi wapige watu wanyoroshwe kiboko. Lakini rais, mimi nitakuomba kitu moja sana. Kitu moja nitaomba Rais William Ruto. Vile ulisema hivyo, and chief gun ni Murkomen Kipchumba na ule mjinga anatoka Nyanza anaitwa PS Raymond Omolo. Why can't you call them at order? Na walete tuwapige viboko pale Kasarani. Mimi nitataka ulete Murkomen na PS Raymond Omolo pale Kasarani. Tuwapige viboko mingi sana. Kwa sababu hao ndio wanalipa guns wanapiga watu. Sasa guns wakipiga watu paka kwa kanisa, for God's sake, that